Uh, Everybody hear me?
Yep, you're good.
You turn this up a little bit? Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Hey Milo, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How has it been just like getting back into the like full swing of things now this week?
It's been good. Really just a chance to get the pads back on. So we've been, at least for the past couple months, we've just been in helmets. And so just to get back in full swing with offense versus defense and team and just going through all the motions and everything like that. It's been a great moment for the team and just kind of enjoying it and just knowing that, we're going to play in about 3 weeks.
Right, it's coming up so soon. And so obviously with the concerns that you addressed just a few months ago about, continuing to play, and that was just about practice. Now you're rolling into a season in a few weeks. So what's changed for you? Like, why are you comfortable now with playing?
It was just the talks that me and Coach Smith and our AD, Mr. Whitman had, and just the protection that I feel with with them too, that they've invested in us. They only want the best, and for that, we have some of the best testing in the Big Ten, and that just kind of provided us in kind of like a safe environment. And with the with the focus on the season and everything, I just had the time to kind of lock in and kind of focus on what I need to do and what I need to take care of. And I feel like it's best for me to play this season and go on with that.
Well, why do you think it's best to play this season? Like, what is this season going to do for you?
Of course, everybody wants to get drafted, and I just feel like this opportunity with everything going on in the country, there will be a lot of eyes on the U of I football team this year, and with all the great guys and great transfers and the new team that we have, I just feel like we have something special, and it's a time to prove it.
So what do you think that this season will look like for you specifically on the field?
Just more knowledge. Last year it was my first year back, as you guys all know. With 1 year under my belt, I have more confidence, and with confidence just comes more. You know what I'm saying? When you're confident, you feel like you know what you're doing. There's the sky's the limit to what you can put on tape. So. I just feel really good right now with our team, and the strength staff done a good job kind of keeping us up in shape. So I mean, this season's just it's gonna be one just to have fun, and also one of my last years. So I'll be senior, but we'll see where that goes.
And just my last one for you. So obviously you have confidence in this team and in the field and going into play, but there's obviously anything that could happen. And although the Big Ten does have some pretty strict guidelines and safety protocols for you, are you happy with how everything has been addressed? And do you think that everybody in the Big Ten is being given, the same equal like safety protocols and opportunities that you wanted originally a few months ago?
I would say everything is met, but I mean, as far as the player safety, then that will be like the priority, of course. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I'm all in good terms with what's going on. It kind of sucks that if you come in contact or something contact tracing, you'll be placed on like a 21-day quarantine. I don't really fully understand that. Also, it's a little absurd, but
well, to my understanding, it's so you have the 14-day quarantine, and then for like basically to get over the virus, and then I'm assuming that those last few days are for any like the heart testing.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I was also surprised at the 21 days, but I feel like with that explanation, it makes a little bit more sense. But it's still hard.
A little bit more sense, but still a little far. But I mean, aside from that, I mean, I'm pretty much all on board with what the guidelines are. I know we had a meeting with Jeremy like the first day back. It was just kind of going over the things and everything. But he's done a great job kind of keeping us all up to date of what the newest testing and how we're going to travel with stuff and everything like that. So once that comes to play, I feel like we'll be prepared for anything that comes.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Milo, I hope you're doing well. I just wondered what it's like for you going into this season. I mean, you had a good season last season. I know you believed in yourself when you came to Illinois from Washington. To have that on tape, does it solidify any of the beliefs that you had about yourself? I mean, you kind of put that together.
Well, coming out of high school, I always wanted to play college football, but kind of finally getting on the field is what every college football's dream is. To be starting on, have a starting role. That's the goal, that's the dream. But for me, it's just a little bit more than that. You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit more to prove. And just last year, I felt like was like a little glimpse of what could really happen. And same with Jake. I know Jake wished he could play the whole season last year too, so he has something to prove as well. And with those two kind of being the leaders of that linebacker core, I feel like we have there's a lot of experience between us two, and then with the young guys as well. Kalen Tolson, Delano Ware, two very experienced younger players, if I say so myself. So with those two guys and with Jake and me as well, I feel like this core, at least on defense, is getting ready to handle some business coming in 3 weeks.
So I was going to ask, what do you make of this linebacker core? Lovey said Delano is kind of like a fourth starter, and obviously the two younger guys in Shimon and Tariq. It seems like the two deep is, pretty full and talented two deep.
And I'll say, there's talent all over the linebacker group. So, with that comes competition. So, every day in practice, it's we're just trying to get after it within our group, of course. We're trying to whip over on the offense, but even within our own little core, we like to have little competitions. And I feel like that's kind of what separates us from everybody else, because we know what we can do, but we always want to do more. And Coach Miles, holds us to a high expectation, and I feel like that's kind of what drives and what motivates us.
And Lovey, obviously, his defensive philosophy is take the ball away and score, obviously, if you can. But in terms of practice, I know you guys practice that a lot. What was that like? I mean, was it an adjustment coming here and, realizing that is a huge emphasis even in practice, and maybe you do things differently than you had at your other, in high school or at Washington?
Luckily at Washington, we did a good job with defensive takeaways. So that kind of was always a reminder in the back of my head that, even though I'm on defense, he's still trying to get that ball. And just the focus, when I came to Illinois, was just, on the turnovers, punching the ball or stripping the ball, or just being aware of, where the quarterback is and what ball the running back has in his hand, and or like where is he holding it. Just, those little things are just or tendencies. Coach Smith and Coach Miles both kind of, they told us about, what I'm saying, as coaches, should do. They keep on filling us up with, valuable information, and it's our job to make it happen on the field. So I feel like my transition coming to Illinois and being a part of their defense hasn't been any different than as I would have at Washington. It's just more emphasis on the details, I would say.
Thanks,
Milo, think back a couple months. Did you ever think you'd be in this position to be talking about playing games again? Did you think it was not going to happen until the spring, maybe?
I really didn't know. As you saw, the Big Ten committee was like a roller coaster. I didn't know if we're going to play this year, next year, in October. So I felt like once the decision came out and that, we had a set date and everything kind of started feeling more real, that's when I kind of started like, okay, now we can get back in the swing of things. And also I saw college football on TV and I was like, man, why am I not playing? but so seeing that, but more so just kind of once the schedule came out and once everybody kind of started talking about it a little bit more, it kind of started feeling more real.
How did it feel for you to feel like you've been heard? Clearly, you had concerns. You expressed those concerns, and they got back to you. How did it feel, like, as a young guy, to have these older guys listen to you?
You said what was that?
How did it make you feel that you were heard? That people paid attention to you, they listened to you, they clearly said, we got to take his concerns to heart.
No, it feels good to be heard. I know, various Big Ten players or schools kind of started that Big Ten petition and stuff like that. But once the full verdict was posted that we were going to play, I felt like it was kind of a sigh of relief that, what I'm saying, everyone kind of did at the same time. They're like, finally, the one Big Ten football was just there's so much focus on it, what I'm saying, throughout the quarantine, and kind of once that it was stated that it was being canceled, the release that Big Ten football was coming back kind of, I felt like brought joy with everybody, now that we're talking about it.
I got one more. Bobby Roundtree, I know he's not with you guys right now.
Bobby's always with us.
Well, you're right. I know that, right? Of course. But tell me, how often you get to talk to him? Kind of how is he doing? What do you guys think about where he is, and you think he'll be around the team this year during the season?
Now that we have a pandemic going on, I don't know how soon we can get him back on campus. But as far as I know, he's doing his thing in Florida. I check in with him, as well as a couple other my teammates. But man, he's doing a great job. He's got a vlog, he's got a clothing brand. He's working on himself. He's building his brand as well as we are. Man, even better than me. So I'm proud of Bobby. I love him so much. So if he sees this, man, shout out to you, dog. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, Milo, the fact that this season is happening when all the kind of talk around this program has been this could be a special year, is that going to make it mean more, just the fact that everything had been building to this year and and now it really is actually going to happen?
Yeah, I feel like that buzz around the team, once we kind of put the pads back on, and every practice, I feel like there's always some juice and energy because guys miss playing sports. They miss the game they love so much. So it's like they know that this is a chance that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. We won't have the same team come 2020, 2021. Who knows? But we do know that we have the opportunity, and the opportunity is right now, and we got to put the work in. There's no handouts. Kind of everybody's kind of starting at the same level. I'm saying we finally have a level field to play on. The Big Ten, we have 8 games. Everybody kind of has the same schedule, sort of say. And it's kind of just like bone on bone defense, bone on bone football. We got to see, come week by week, who came out victorious and who didn't. So it's like a sort of kind of anxiety that we're kind of holding in. Everybody's anxious to play, but I feel like once this thing gets going, it's gonna be like last fall, like how regular football was.
I guess the last thing for me, what does this team maybe need to do to take advantage of this opportunity of the season to maybe build off of what you guys did a year ago?
I feel like once the team, everybody locks in and kind of buys into to this season, and to really putting the time in, with everything that's going on, because there's a lot, with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, COVID, the election. If everybody can kind of find time to focus in on one thing, and that goal is to win each and every week, I feel like we we have a chance to be really, really good.
Milo, you mentioned last year was a glimpse. What's it look like for you to take that next step in terms of your own, development, your own production? How do we know that you've kind of taken that next step?
More plays, but no, for me it's more just I'd say offense recognition. Just kind of schemes and watching film and seeing tendencies, and like that's where I'm trying to take my next step as a defensive player, kind of understanding what the offense and the situation in there and why they're trying to attack us in that sort of say. But aside from that, just making sure I'm still in shape and doing everything the right way. But as far as a football player, that's where I've kind of trying to take my game. Meeting with Coach Miles a little bit more and just trying to see where, see where other teams are trying to scheme up against us and how they relate to that.
Did you spend more time on that? I mean, when everybody was at home and all, I think a lot of people really had was film for a few months in the summer. Did you spend time trying to dive into that?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what the off season was. I mean, we had our meetings, and but now that we're in person, I feel like it's a more of a opportunity because that one-on-one interaction is kind of it's I mean it's like it's better than being on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can you hear me now? You know what I'm saying? Like that one-on-one connection is kind of what we needed to see, like, I don't know, just live corrections, when he's coaching me in practice or when he's coaching me in meetings. It's kind of like that connection is just kind of what we needed to build. But no, Coach Miles has been a great coach to me, and I appreciate all he's done for me. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody good?
Thanks, Milo.
All good? All right, appreciate it.